This is one of the biggest mistakes men make in a relationship, and unfortunately most men don't even realize that this will actually cause them to lose her unless they turn it around quickly or never allow themselves to go down this road to begin with. I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for Skill of Attraction. And I've talked a lot about the different things that can increase and decrease a woman's attraction for a man. If you've been following me for a while, then you know a woman's attraction for a man is much more complex than a man's attraction for a woman. For the most part, we're pretty simple. A pretty face, a nice body, a girl who is willing sexually is pretty much all it takes, at least initially. Of course, as we get deeper involved with her, then other things begin to become important. And that's not much different from a woman. I mean, she has an initial attraction, but as she becomes deeper involved with us, other things become more important to her. This is why a man who is flat broke can attract a woman initially, because he has good game and knows how to turn her on. But after the infatuation wears off for her, she begins to think about how he's going to be able to take care of her. Different things become important. Now, of course, these important things are at varying levels of importance depending on the woman, her particular wants and needs, and where she's at life. Most all of what I teach are the basic fundamentals of female attraction and how you could put them into action in order to get the best possible outcome with women. However, it's not just about doing or saying the right things. It's also about having the right mindset. In fact, I did a video a while back called Attraction is Mostly About Your Mindset, which I encourage you all to watch. But my point is, if you have the right mindset, much of what I teach will come naturally to you. But if you start putting what I teach into action, you'll begin to build that confidence to start doing this all naturally, because you'll begin to have the right mindset. Where a lot of men go wrong is they pick and choose certain things to put into action without really understanding why they're doing it. Mostly because they're just looking for a quick fix. So it might work initially, but without the right mindset, the overall dynamics will be off, resulting in your girl losing attraction. Oh, and by the way, be sure to come out over to the website and join the growing community about sharing ideas and advice on women and female attraction. It's completely free, and if you need my personal help and want private one-on-one coaching, you can find that there too by clicking on the coaching tab. Just head on over to soa.fm and register for free, or tap on the coaching tab. And no, you don't need to be registered to book coaching with me. Now, a woman's attraction is always fluctuating. I often compare it to the day charts of the stock market. It goes up and down, and sometimes it could be very volatile. But as long as you're not going on a downward trajectory in the big picture, you'll do just fine. This is rather easy for men in the early stages of dating, namely during the honeymoon period, and partly because the man is rather indifferent about the outcome since he's not yet attached to her. But also because the woman is often very infatuated with him and just has him swimming in her validation. This is why dating is rather easy. It's when it turns into a relationship that it becomes difficult, because now he becomes attached. And as soon as she begins pulling that validation away, which she will do, it often sends the man into a panic. Now the man begins chasing her validation because that was what was making him feel so confident in the relationship. And what happens then? She begins to test him again. Yes, in the very early stages, she tested him a bit before getting too involved with him. But once she felt satisfied, she stopped testing, at least for the most part. However, since the man is now behaving needy and insecure because he's in a panic, she feels the need to start testing him again. She'll test him with confidence tests, compliance tests, jealousy tests, and so on. And all of this is because the man got too attached to her and her validation. These are all the tests I warn you guys about, and many of you get so angry about. Many believe calling her out will do the trick, but all that shows her is that her tests are having an emotional effect on him, which conveys to her that you're not as emotionally strong as she thought you were. Now she's starting to lose attraction, which is making the man panic even more, driving her away even further. Basically, what's happening here is the man held most or all of the power initially because she was so attracted to him and infatuated with him. She was chasing him and showering him with affection and validation. But now the power is flipping into her favor. As I've spoken about in other videos, women actually want their man to be holding most of the power. It's one of the things that makes him so attractive. But once she gains most of the power, her attraction begins to just drop like a stone. Ultimately, he now values her more than she values him. She's the one who is becoming indifferent to the outcome. She's losing respect for him. And now she's wondering, hey, maybe I could do better than him. All of this because he has begun to value her more than she values him. During the honeymoon period, this dynamic was reversed, but now the man has lost all the power. I know many of you have been in this position, and I think you would agree that it's an absolute terrible place for a man to be. The funny thing is, she doesn't want you in that position either, but without realizing it, he just handed her all the power. Why? Because he started to value her more than she values him. In many cases, now she's all the man can think about and how he's trying to figure out ways to flip the power back into his favor, usually believing that he's not doing enough for her. But the truth is, he's most likely doing way too much. Yes, she's comfortable with this dynamic, but comfort doesn't raise attraction. It actually lowers it. So what does a man do in this situation? He stops caring about her and the outcome of the relationship so much. It's not that you don't care about her or the relationship. It's more that you're indifferent to the outcome. Of course, you want it to work out, but if she's not into it, hey, it's no big deal because you could find other beautiful women. That's being indifferent to the outcome. At least that's the attitude that you want to have. And when you have this attitude, you don't let her test, anger you, or scare you. And women find this very attractive because it communicates your confidence, emotional self-control, and high value. Most men have difficult time with this because they fear losing her. So they either just submit to her or they get angry and start yelling and screaming. Most men believe the latter is the answer to this problem. They believe that it will demonstrate their masculinity and earn them respect. But you can't verbally demand that a woman respect and value you. It just doesn't work that way. You can't throw a fit and storm off because your feelings are hurt. This is actually feminine energy, hence why it turns her off. You get to this point of indifference when you build your value, strength, and abundance in your life. Yes, you could fake it till you make it, but you better be working on making it because you'll only be able to keep this up for so long before she figures it out. Usually done through tests. Actually, this is the real reason women test, because men often fake this stuff in order to get into her pants. Now, you don't want to wait to build value and abundance in your life, though. This means that you want to begin today if you aren't already, because it's going to matter as soon as you meet that great girl, which could be tomorrow for all you know. All men have lost at least one great woman because they weren't prepared. Their life wasn't together, and either the woman felt that she waited long enough for him to pull it together, or she didn't want to wait any longer because there were other high-value men of abundance and value already lining up for a shot with her. All this can be infuriating. I totally get it, but it's just the reality. Women want a man who's the prize, but since so many men don't have their act together, they treat her as the prize. In other words, the men end up valuing her more than she values him. And when you act as if she's the one with higher value, she's naturally going to believe it. But if you act like you're the one holding all the value, she's going to naturally believe that too, because you behave as if you're holding a majority of the value. But all that will come naturally to you when you actually do have abundance and you actually have built a higher value within yourself. So yes, value your girl, but never act as if she has more value than you do, or you're going to end up suffering the consequences, which is usually heartbreak. And we all know how painful heartbreak truly is. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And if you want to be notified in real time of future videos that I upload, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon right next to it. And if you found this video worthy of a donation, you can find my PayPal link and Bitcoin wallet address in the description section of this video. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.